you had a couple guys come out and shoot threes in the first half that is a little more than they characteristically do. Can you talk about your offense in the first half a little bit?
Well, we were certainly relying on the three ball in the first half. 8 for 14 is not something we do often. Scooty Randall was great throughout, but we were almost relying on it a little bit too much in the first half. And you know he's not going to knock it out like he did in the first half. In the second half, they're going to make their adjustments as they always do. And, Chris does a real nice job with them, so you figure we're able to find other ways to try to score. And I thought we did some good things. We had ourselves in the game, and when we went down 10, it was obviously we were struggling a little bit, and then we do a couple of real good things on the defensive end and get ourselves some easy baskets. And then we just didn't finish like we needed to in an environment like this against a really good basketball team.
Can you talk a little bit more about Randall? And he had a career-high 28 points today and was able to, score 17 before the break. Can you just talk? Have you seen glimpses of that, or is this the best he's played all season?
Well, his numbers are the best in terms of how many points he scored, but he's had other games where he stepped up and made some really big shots for us. So I was really impressed with some of the things he did. And he made some tough shots. He hung us in there in the first half because we were struggling to get points in that first half, and I thought he really rescued us and gave us a chance to be close at the end of the half. He really played well.
They scored more points than you had given up all year. What did they do particularly that gave you guys some problems?
I thought our transition defense was as bad as it's ever been. And you give a lot of credit to Xavier because they saw it and they ran the floor well. Freeze was even doing that in a great way for them, and we didn't do a very good job in the transition aspect of it. And I thought they stepped up, made some really big shots. There were 2 back-to-back threes that hurt us greatly right in front of their bench. I think one was Lyons and one was Jackson, and that put us down 10. Again, we got ourselves back into the game again, but those are big shots. They did a very good job.
Wyatt said that he's feeling a lot better these past 2 games, obviously indicated by his scoring totals, but says he feels a lot more aggressive out there on the floor. What have you seen from your end? What's kind of turned that sudden change?
Well, I can't say it's a sudden change. He's a terrific scorer. He really can score the ball. He can make shots. He can make plays. He gets himself in the lane. He's not the quickest guy in America, but he's he got great pace to his game, and he's very shifty. I think the thing that's always held him back is his defense, and I think he's working at it. It's still not where it needs to be, but he's working at it. So now you're trusting in Khalif more than you have in the past. And I think he's understanding that the trust is there by the coaching staff, and he's going to get his minutes. And I think there's a comfort level that he now has. But he sure can score.
Can you speak of the impact on that Scooty Randall had on the game tonight? I mean, the first half, he had 17 points, and definitely a major boost for Temple.
Well, I mean, he has had games, not to this level. We had a tournament we played in Orlando, and he didn't play particularly well against California and Texas A&M. And in the in-between game was Georgia, and we can't beat Georgia without him doing what he did in a very similar fashion. Again, not as many minutes, or not as many points scored, but he needs to do that for us to be as good as we can be.
Tough night for LeBoy, but obviously he's in foul trouble most of the night. You chalk it up to him battling the foul problems, or was it something else?
Well, certainly the second half, he gets 2 real quick fouls in the second half. I think if he had just kind of I thought McLean kind of was very forceful with him on the 4th foul. If he had just kind of held his ground a little bit and not tried to block the shot and get involved in it, he may have stayed out there, may have been a better opportunity for him. But it was a struggle for him in the foul trouble that he was in, and I was glad that without him, we got ourselves to where we needed to be toward the end of the game with an opportunity if we had made all the right decisions down the stretch to maybe win the game. But this is a great atmosphere. Xavier does a great job with all of this. They have a great program. I think Chris is just continuing this, and it's a great atmosphere to play in. So it's all you want.
Any more questions? Thanks.
Thanks.